I will and today, Hi, my name is Tom, and today I'll be presenting about the Entity Relation Program and the corresponding relation schema for the library management system. The ERD provide a high-level blueprint for the system database design, and the relation schema translate this structure into tables, attributes, and relationship. As you can see from the ERD, we have multiple entities and their related attribute. Like for example, books, we have available copies and total copies of each books. And each book we have language, edition, publisher, and the other entity have their related attribute. And but for the author and the book entity, they are connected by the many-to-many relationship. So they are connected by the book author, which took the author ID attribute and the book ID attribute as their foreign key ID, as their foreign key. Okay, now, yep. So when we finish with setting up all the entity and the connection and the ERD, we're moving on to the relation schema. So if we finish the ERD, we'll convert to this relation schema quite easy because it took everything from the ERD earlier, and we need to convert into like tables with which we need to like decide which attribute is the primary key and which attribute is the foreign key of within the entity. Okay. Now, as you can see in the screen, the script defines the structure of key entities such as books, genre, author, user type, and all 14 tables of the relation schema that we see earlier. And there are some important tables such as genre and borrower type because these tables store information about book, genre, and borrower type, and and the tables help categorize user into different specific borrower type and specific limits because we have student and faculty. They have different borrowing limits, the number of books that they are allowed to borrow, and more, a few more tables that we need to create for the system to work. And the thing I want to talk about here is the number generated by default as identity primary key. Why I use this aspect is for this to ensure that some primary key like book ID or author ID or user ID or other identifiers are automatically generated when new records are introduced, making it easier to manage unique ID without the need to manually specify them. So when I input a new book or a new author, that a new ID would pop up. So ensure that it will um, it will be like they will be randomized, so we ensure the confidentials of the ID of the data. Okay, now into the database. Here are the code SQL script for the database. As you can see, if if I set in the table the primary key like for the user ID, example for the user ID, I use number generated by default as identity. So in the user ID, I don't need to set the user ID over here. I just skip it. And when I click insert the database, they will randomly input the user ID later.
As you can see, we have not that much pages as we wished, but yeah, let's hop on to the website. I mean app. We have two users right now currently, but it can be easily modified. So let's try to log in with the admin. All the user information is included in our report, so you can watch more carefully, closely, and test it by yourself. So the first thing that pops up after we log in is the homepage. There you can see the books that we currently have, or the right thing we can see is statistics. You can see the total books, available books, and users. Under that, we have some information table. What time do we work, and the contacts. Let's go next to the book table. There you can see some attributes. Um, for this book table, as the admin, you can create, add some book, and edit as well. You can filter it as you want, of course, and format it. So there's some actions that you can do with the table, for easier to find or sort. Next thing we have the genre. It's the template is kind of the same. Mm, yep. Next we go to the author. Author. Mm, also can be created and edited. Loan. We have a loan table as well. A lot of borrow dates. A lot of users borrowing our book. We have fine as well. If, of course, it's kind of um realistic that if you borrow a book, you have to give it back. So we also have a fine for someone who is not returning the book in time. There for admins, we have some, oh, not for admins, for users as well. We have some diagrams for them to research any book if they want to read the popular books. Uh, there you can see a list of faculty that has loaned the book. We can see the ID. After that, we have a list of students that has loaned the book. Yep, everything is connected with each other, and we have the borrower type table as well, and management reports for the admin to monitor everything and make sure that students are borrowing book from the library. Yes, that's kind of all for the admin user interface. Let's go into the tester as a reader. So there you don't have that much access to the information because you're a student, so it's obviously. So the homepage as well. You can see a book. You can find any book you want. Of course, this table could be added with more data, but we didn't have that much time. Genre, bookmark, author. Oh, but for mention, I'd like to mention that we can't create here. We can't create here.